Hello, Internet. Welcome back to the Savage Gentleman Show. This is episode 7. We are breaking down Jairzinho Rozenstruik versus Shamil Gaziev. My co-host Ryan, what do you got for Shamil Gaziev?
Gaziev, this is the second time we've broken him down. In his UFC debut, he took out Martin Bidet. We thought he was going to. We predicted the finish. We predicted the win, and he got it done. He's going from the first fight on a card in that debut bout to now main eventing against Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Very, very good fighter. He's 12-0. He's beaten UFC vets Darko Stosic outside the UFC and had some very impressive performances. He's got that Tyson Fury body going on. Really tall, really lanky, a little bit of extra body fat, hits super hard, performs really well.
Super confident.
Very, very confident. He's never been knocked out. He comes forward. He will trade with you in the pocket. But his A game, in my mind, is the pressure, the takedown. He's going to get in your face, swarm with combinations, finish a takedown, get on top, and ground and pound. That's how he gets most of his victories done. What do you think about his opponent, Rozenstruik?
When I think of Rozenstruik, I'll think of two things. So he's a pro kickboxer. He's got 76 pro kickboxing wins with 64 knockouts. This guy had a very extensive combat sport career before he ever got to the UFC. The other thing I think about with him is his lead hand. His lead hand is most of his offense. This guy's a very patient counter-striker. Now, if you don't go, he will get going and go on offense and take the initiative, but most of the time, he's waiting for you. Generally, in his fights, he'll start off a little bit fast. The first 20 or so seconds, he's going to see if he can get a quick knockout. He's done it a few times. He'll probably get some more in his career. But if he doesn't get you out in the very beginning, he becomes very, very, very patient. He's trying to stay somewhat in the middle of the octagon, letting you come in because he wants to pull and get his lead hand going. He loves his lead hook. He loves his lead up jab, where he's splitting the middle with his fist more upwards rather than all the way turned over like a traditional jab. He loves to really get that lead hand busy. That's his main weapon. Besides that, he likes to low kick, but it's off kind of a similar thing where he wants to lean and counter, pull or downshift and counter. As you try to swing, he'll try to kick your leg out. As you try to swing, he'll hit you with the check hook. That's his main weapon. He's always looking for it. He's very, very patient, sometimes almost too patient. In the Alistair Overeem fight, over 5 rounds, he was losing most of the fight and got a knockout at the very end. That's not something you can rely on always happening, but he's dangerous through the whole fight. Either a quick knockout or a knockout where he just finds something later. When he does explode, he's surprisingly athletic. He'll kind of plod and wait and just kind of look to parry and find that lead hand for a while. When it's time to go, he explodes. He's going to jump in with these wild combos, always looking to tag his partner, his opponent, right behind the ear. He found some really good shots on Junior Dos Santos and Augusto Sakai right behind the ear that put both of them down in quick fashion. So when he goes, and it's pretty fun to watch. What do you think for a prediction?
So, although I could picture Rozenstruik catching Gaziev, especially because Gaziev's been dropped before, I believe even with a left hook, gets a little wild in the pocket. He's a little aggressive and will trade with you. And he has shown some great power. He knocked out Darko Stosic with a right uppercut. And he had a really nice piston straight right on Dana White's Contender Series to drop his opponent and finish him later that round. Although Rozenstruik could catch him, I think even if he catches him, Gaziev survives. I think maybe he gets dropped, maybe he gets rocked a little bit, but he finds that takedown, he gets on top, lands some great ground and pound, maybe some elbows. I think he's going to get Rozenstruik out of there. I'm going to go Gaziev in this one.
Yeah, what I haven't really talked about is that Rozenstruik is just not that great on the ground. He's been doing this for a while. His takedown defense is okay, but once you get him on the ground, he's pretty much flat on his back with frames, looking at his corner for help, and he doesn't seem to have a lot of plans there. So if Gaziev does get him down, this is going to be a long night for Jairzinho. You could get a quick knockout in the very beginning, and he could still be dangerous throughout the whole duration of the fight, but overall, with the low output Jairzinho puts out, I would lean the edge to Gaziev.